Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. To have a very special guest with us today, she is a nail artist from Scotland. Please welcome Aleasha Rennie. Hello, Aleasha,
Hello.
and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Very
Yes,
excited.
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. You're most welcome. So I want to go and get started by asking where you're originally from and tell us a little about your upbringing.
So I'm from Aberdeen, which is in Bonnie, Scotland, and I've
Hmm.
stayed here my whole life. Very small city, but yeah, I'm very much a home girl. So very very proud to be Scottish. Um, but yeah, beautiful place.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So what was your school experience like in terms of primary school, secondary school, university, and things like that?
To be honest, school was a bit of a mix of emotions for me. Um,
Mm,
I really enjoyed, primary school. It was more once I got into academy. Um,
right.
Unfortunately for me, I was always put in classes full of boys, and there was literally like me and two other girls, and that was it.
Hmm.
So every day I went to school, it was a bit like, oh, a bit I ended up hanging about with kids in the year
Hmm.
above me. So at break time, I would go and like see my older friends. But
Hmm.
at the end of school, I wanted to stay on till sixth year, but all my friends had gone. So
Hmm.
I stayed on till fifth year and got some very good grades in art, graphic
Hmm.
communication, fashion and textiles, that sort of thing. Didn't do so well in maths. Not my strongest point.
Hmm.
Um, so then when I left school, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. So I
Right.
applied for college,
Hmm.
and I was a little bit late in when I applied. So you could do like there was three choices. And
Hmm.
the first choice I wanted to do was actually interior design because I loved, the
Mm.
TV shows when they do like an hour makeover for like a house. I wanted to sort of go
Right.
down that sort of route.
Hmm.
But that year that I applied, they took it off the course, so I was really gutted. So my
Hmm.
first choice was actually art and design, then hairdressing, then beauty therapy, and then it was up to the college to decide.
Hmm.
So they sent me a letter and they told me that I got beauty therapy.
Hmm.
So I went on and done a NVQ level two and
Hmm.
got my NVQ in manicure and all that. It was like waxing. But to be honest, I wasn't really, I didn't really enjoy the makeup side, the waxing. I was really only in it for the nails.
Hmm.
And then when I got my manicure qualification, I went on and done like nail art. I got a qualification in nail art and things like that because the college don't really show you that sort of thing.
Right. Hmm.
So yeah, so that's how I got my sort of manicure qualification as such.
Hmm. And it's so interesting because I took cosmetology courses in my high school, and even though it was focused mostly on hair,
Yes.
I didn't care about hair all that much. I wanted to do
No,
nails.
I know.
So I was like, I started learning a lot about like nail art, like nails and stuff on my own and stuff like that. So, even though I got my cosmetology license, I'm more focused in the nail side of things.
Yeah, exactly. And I think as
Mhm.
well, if I'd gotten hairdressing, who knows what my career would have been now. But I think
Mhm.
that, what's meant to be is meant to be. And I'm really
Right.
glad that I got the last choice, which was beauty therapy, because now I'm doing nails as a career.
Mhm.
So I do think it's like what's meant to be is meant to be, sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, most definitely. So I want to get into as far as like beauty education in Scotland. What's that like down there?
The beauty education is it's really good, yeah. The only
Hmm.
thing I would say is like you can go on and do level one, level two, level three, and then take that further. The only thing that I didn't like myself was you when you go into beauty therapy, you have to study all fields of the beauty industry. But
Mhm.
in this day and age, once you've got your qualification, you, if, just for example, say you only want to specialize in nails or
Mhm.
brows, it's like you have to do a little bit of everything. But
Right.
you can now skip school, skip college, and go straight into, um, something that's like, just go straight into nails. You can go and get
Right.
a certificate in nails and sort of skip that whole 3 years of learning in
Mhm.
things that you don't really want to learn in, if that
Right.
makes sense. But
Mhm.
yeah, it is. It's really good. It is good, and it's free. It's free.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. So I want to jump and switch gears and talk about your business. So you have your own business called Paint Me Pretty by Aleasha. What has been the journey behind your business, and were there any obstacles that you had to face while building your brand?
so Paint Me Pretty was actually thought of in lockdown.
Mhm.
Um, I was just literally sitting here in my cabin and came up with this crazy idea, and I had all the time in the world. Like I literally had months, and I was like, "What am I going to do with my time here?" And my partner was the one who says, "Why not go for it? Like build a
Right.
brand." And to be honest, I didn't think I would get to where I am today. Um, but yeah, once I thought of the idea, I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I would wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, and it was like working a shift the whole of lockdown. But I became so obsessed and couldn't
Mhm.
stop. But yeah, there were a lot of obstacles. To be honest, I found the legal side the most difficult one, and making
Mhm.
sure that all your products comply. Um,
Mhm.
and then also the like financial side of things, with me not being so good at maths. But here in Scotland we have this great place called Business Gateway.
Mhm.
And if you're like if you're starting up a business for the first time, you can go to them, and
Mhm.
they help you in every step of the way. And if I've got like a question about anything, I just pop them an email and they'll send me like the right document that I need.
Right.
So they're like really, really good. Yeah, just to be honest, the finding out what all the legal side was the most difficult. And just to
Mhm.
make sure that all your products comply,
Mhm.
and then the financial side of things, because when they're not being so great at maths, and then we've got this place called Business Gateway in Scotland, where they're
Mhm.
just amazing. And if you're starting up a business for the first time, you can go to them, and they'll give you an advisor for free, and they'll, if you have a question about anything, they will send you that
Mhm.
document and you can just read up about it. So like they've been amazing.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, that's really, really cool. So I want to go ahead and really talk about your nail studio. So what has been your experience of having your own nail studio?
So me and my partner, we saved up and bought our very first house about 4 years ago.
Mhm.
And we've got quite a big back garden. And when we moved in, I was like, oh, how nice would it be to have like a cabin and work from home? And I'm very fortunate that my partner is a very talented carpenter.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, within about a month, the cabin was built. So
Wow.
yeah, very lucky. Literally, he made my dreams come true. So I've been working here self-employed for the last 4 years. But it's just
Mhm.
really, really nice. Like I just come in here to like chill out. It's it. But my clients love it.
Mm.
It's definitely, like when I worked in a salon before, you've got obviously lots of people around about you, and it's just really
Right.
nice to be one on one with your client, and you can open up
Mhm.
without people listening in and things like that.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you work at a salon setting, a studio is like more intimate. But when you work at a salon, like I used to work at a spa. I used to work at a spa my last year at college.
Yeah.
Um, it's more people, like different people that work. there with you and stuff like that, it's
Mhm.
a little bit more crowded and stuff because
Yeah,
there's more clients and stuff and more space in the environment.
yeah,
So yeah, I think the intimate setting I think is a lot better. You have
yeah.
you have your own hours, you by yourself. You can work.
Hmm.
It's you and the client, or like if you're doing class, you do one-on-one nail classes and stuff.
Yeah. And the great thing as well is like, when you're finished your shift, your house is on your doorstep, and
Right.
just little things like going in to make your lunch, and if you have a
Yeah.
cancellation, I can go and chill out in my back garden. So it's like it's just really, really nice.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I want to go ahead and really talk about your nail art style. How can you describe your nail art style?
So I get confused when people ask me this question because I do a bit of a variation. Like when the client
Hmm.
comes in, I do go for tend to go for what the client wants. But if
Right.
I could choose every day, it would be very detailed. I absolutely
Hmm.
love 3D nail art, encapsulated nails, anything with color. I actually love Christmas nails the most. Um, but yeah,
Okay.
if I could do detailed all day, I would be very, very happy. But I do also appreciate some simple designs as well. I just
Hmm.
love nail art in general. Just obsessed with nail art.
Hmm. So it's like a variation, basically.
Yeah, a very big variation. Like when you go onto my Instagram
Hmm.
page, there'll be something with like 3D Santa Clauses with a beard, and then the
Hmm.
next one will be completely plain builder gel with just a glitter. So
Hmm.
it just depends what sort
Yeah,
of mood
yeah.
we're
Like
in.
yeah, there's so many styles as far as like with nail art that you can go to, you know what I mean? And of course there's some people that have like a simple aesthetic. There's some people that have a 90s cartoon, early 2000 cartoon aesthetic and things like that. But that's really really cool about the nail industry, that there's a variation of different styles and different avenues of nail art you can go to. Now,
Yeah.
as far as like your nail art, like where do you find like inspiration?
So I think, to be honest, like probably Instagram, because it's the most
Mhm.
relevant, and people post on it like daily. So I am
Mhm.
so obsessed with scrolling at people's designs and taking inspiration from people. Another one is Pinterest. I love looking on
Mhm.
Pinterest, but like maybe just that, like, it could be like a collage of um like flowers or something, and then I could take
Right.
inspiration and then draw that onto someone's nails. But
Right.
um what I love doing the most is when a client comes in and they let me have free reign. I just print off,
Mhm.
it's like a little hand with nails, and I draw on each one like what they're gonna get. So
Yeah.
that's my favorite. Like when I design it myself, and I'm not taking it from others. That's my favorite when I get to plan it in my own head.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for someone who wants to start their own nail business or a nail polish brand, what would be some words of advice for those who want to start their own business?
Um, I would say, first of all, when you're thinking of like your brand name, I think it's quite important to make sure that the brand name is something that's positive and not something that sounds negative. Because then when people think of your brand, you want it to be something that they go, oh, like, oh, paint me pretty. And then with
Hmm.
the terms of like your branding, like when I was thinking,
Hmm.
oh gosh, paint me pretty, you know, when they open their box, you can say, "Hey, pretty," that sort of thing. And it just works so well. Like the name "Paint Me Pretty," you can use um, through nails. It's so many different
Hmm.
things, nail art.
Hmm.
But yeah, when I was researching the branding, I've been told, yeah, it's not a good thing to start a brand with a negative name, if that makes sense.
Hmm. So, what are some of your favorite nail products or nail brushes that you like using for nail services and nail art?
Ah, okay. Well, one of them actually is right here. I've literally
Hmm.
had this brush. It's the Kolinsky one, and I
Hmm.
use this for all my acrylic. and it's a size
Mhm.
18. It's massive. I love using a really, really big brush for doing my acrylic. But my last, this is quite a new one, but my last one lasted me 7 years. So
Wow.
yeah, you don't need to spend much, but they're such good quality. And like other
Mhm.
ones I've used in the past, like the brushes just the the bristles fall out, but these ones are just amazing.
Mhm.
Another product that I love is Glitterbell's Pinkerbell Shimmer. It's
Mhm.
this gorgeous nude, but it's got like a subtle shimmer through it. And yeah, that's just
Mm.
like one of my ultimate favorite products.
Mm. Yeah, it's really, really cool. So what are some things you like about the nail industry, and what are some things you think the nail industry could be improved on?
So to be honest, well, in lockdown, um, I found that I was a brand ambassador for Glitterbells at the time,
Mhm.
and there was like so many nail technicians. Obviously, none of us were working at the time, and
Mhm.
we were all just sort of like all stuck on Instagram, and everybody was going live and jumping into people's lives, and I was like, "Oh, what's she doing over there?" And everyone just sort of got together, um,
Mhm.
and some of the ambassadors, we were like doing nail art challenges.
Mhm.
We did like reels together. There was like 20
Mhm.
girls in one reel, and we were just sharing inspiration and designs, and we all got
Mhm.
so close. Um, and I just think it's amazing. Like if I were to put all my friends in Aberdeen in one room, it would probably be quite small. If I were to put all my friends that were from the nail tech world, I would need a very big hall. Um, and I just think it's amazing how much the nail community is there for one another. And if you
Mhm.
have like a question about nails or need help, people are so nice. So that's
Mhm.
one thing that I love about the community. Um, One thing that I think could be better is definitely. Did you see that there was obviously a big nail movement? The price
Mhm.
increase. So
Yeah.
for like so many years, I just think that nails were looked down on, and people were expecting to pay like 25 quid. But
Mhm.
nails can last up to 6 weeks, but people will pay 50 quid for makeup, and they're washing it
Mhm.
off that night. And obviously we've had this new nail tech movement where um, there was a price increase, and I just think it's amazing that that's finally happened.
Right.
We just
Mhm.
need more of that, and
Right.
I think if we all stick together, we can make a big change.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. I heard about the whole thing with the nail tech orgs, nail tech price increase day and things like that. And I love what they're doing too because,
Hmm.
I like how there's more conversation surrounding pricing
Yeah.
and, talking about understanding your worth and your value within your nail services and your nail art and stuff like that. Because what people don't consider, this is not everybody, but what people don't consider, especially those who get their nails done, is that the amount of time and the high quality of products and the amount of skill that you have that takes in consideration towards the pricing,
Yeah.
and so I'm glad like there's more talks about that now. And I'm glad of what you guys are doing in the UK and in Scotland, saying like, yo, like we understand our worth and our
Hmm.
body. We have a right to increase our prices
Yes.
because we took a lot of time to build our skill. So,
Yeah.
it's going to be higher. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's the thing. So I'm glad that that's happening.
Definitely. Yeah. I know I've seen a lot of nail techs now finally increasing their prices, and it's so nice to
Mm.
finally see.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely, most definitely. Now, how have you been able to balance being a nail artist with life and mental health?
So yeah, to be honest, I'm quite guilty of leaving myself behind. Um, I'm a mum to a little girl. She's nearly 2.
Oh,
So I know she's 2 on Monday. So trying to
well, happy
juggle,
birthday to her.
I know, trying to juggle a little toddler and running two
Mhm.
businesses. It really does sometimes get on top of me. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I do experience motherhood burnout is one thing, but also running two businesses as well. It can be quite stressful. Um,
Right.
but I seen this thing not long ago, and it really resonated with me. And it was that there was 24 hours in a day, and you
Hmm.
owe it to yourself to give yourself 1 hour out of that day. And
Right.
this is what I've started doing. So whether it be going for a walk with my phone on silent with my dog, just we've got
Hmm.
beautiful woods behind us, and I just like going for a nice walk, or going
Hmm.
to the gym with your music on. um I just feel that that really does like help me with my mental health, just giving myself that 1 hour to just break away from it all. But
Hmm.
your mental health is so important, and if
Hmm.
you don't
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you don't give yourself that time, then you're going to be saying like, why am I so stressed? It's just,
Right.
you need to look after yourself.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And the thing is that I'm glad that there is more talking about mental health and how important that is. You know what I mean? Because mental health is very important. Having not necessarily a balance, but like trying to manage as best as you can every
Yeah.
day. I think is very very important. So I'm glad that within my generation, and other people, some people in other generations, especially older generations, are talking more about mental health.
Definitely. I'm glad that it's
So
more
so it's
spoken about
definitely
as well
important.
in this day and age, because like people used to just shy away from it so much, and it's nice that we can
Right.
speak to each other. And I think as well, when you are like dealing with anxiety or stress, I think the best thing is to actually speak to someone about it, because a problem shared
Right.
is a problem halved. That's how I see it.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you could offer one valuable piece of advice for up and coming nail techs, what would it be?
um to definitely don't ever compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 22. And
Mhm.
you know don't ever doubt yourself, because that's what I used to always do. And
Mhm.
I would always nearly give up. I'd throw the towel in and be like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm rubbish at what I'm doing. But you need to keep pushing yourself. And,
Mhm.
you know, in a year's
Mhm.
time, look back at yourself and go, whoa, look at what I've achieved. And focus on that, and just focus on yourself. Don't look at
Right.
the girl next door, what she's doing. Just focus on you.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Most I could totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Last but not least, where can people find you on social media, and how can people support you and your business?
So my personal one is Aleasha's underscore nails underscore kiss kiss. And my business one's Paint Me Pretty by Aleasha. And the website's www.paintmeprettybyaleasha.com.
That's really, really cool. Well, thank you so much, Alicia, for jumping onto the show. I love what you're doing. I love your work. Also, I like how you have your own nail polish line, so keep up with that.
Yeah.
I wish you the best of luck in everything that you do. This is a really cool conversation. I enjoyed myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye bye.